Your business does not need more people. That is the lie that keeps you trapped inside it. Everyone tells you that you can't step away because you haven't hired enough hands yet, so you stay chained to a thing you supposedly own. Picture the last time you tried to take a real week off. By day 3, your phone buzzes, a client question only you can answer, a decision only you can make, and you are answering emails from a beach chair, pretending this is a vacation. The reason the whole thing wobbles the moment you leave is not your headcount. It is that the entire operating system of your business lives in one place, your head. That is the founder bottleneck. And if you ignore it, you are not building an asset, you are building a job that fires you the day you stop showing up. Before I show you how to get out, you have to see why hiring more people makes it worse. The belief feels like common sense, and I bought it completely. If the work is drowning you, you need more bodies to share the load. Hire an assistant, hire a junior, add a contractor, and the weight comes off your shoulders. So you finally do it. You bring someone on, and for about a week it feels like relief. Then comes the Tuesday you remember exactly. You are mid-call with your biggest client when the new hire messages you. Quick question, how do you usually handle this? Then another, then a third. By Friday, you realize you are not running a business, you are running a help desk for your own employees, and every answer still has to come from you. That is the crack in the logic. You did not remove yourself from the center. You added spokes to a wheel whose hub is still you. More people did not reduce the questions pointed at your head, it multiplied them. There is a specific kind of work that delegates instantly, and another kind that never does, no matter how good your hire is, and almost no one can tell the two apart. That distinction is the whole game, and I'll name it next. First, understand what actually breaks when you walk out the door.
Your tasks were never the problem. Your decisions are. Here is the dynamic, named precisely. There are two kinds of work trapped inside you, and they behave nothing alike. The first is tasks, sending invoices, scheduling calls, formatting reports. Those delegate the instant you write down the steps. The second is judgment, what to quote this client, how to handle the angry email, whether to take the project at all. That work does not live in steps, it lives in pattern recognition you built over years and never wrote down. Every undocumented judgment call is a single point of failure, and the default setting on every one of them routes straight back to you. You can hand off the doing all day long, but the deciding is what keeps the business alive. And the deciding has no manual. It has you, sitting in the middle of every choice, answering the same questions in slightly different clothes. Picture your business as a switchboard from the 1950s, and you are the only operator. Every call, every decision physically passes through your hands before it connects. Add more staff, and you have not replaced the operator. You have added more lines ringing into the same single switchboard. But this is where it gets counterintuitive. The thing clients trust is not your service, it is you. And that trust is the most dangerous asset you own, because it cannot be delegated, only transferred, and most operators never even try. There is a bookkeeper who proved this in 6 weeks, and what his business sold for should change how you think about every hour you work. I'll show you his exact move in a minute. But first, the reframe that makes walking away possible. You are not the founder. You are the single point of failure. That is the founder bottleneck, and here is what it actually means. Your business can survive your absence only in proportion to how much of your judgment lives outside your head. Not your tasks, your judgment. Every decision you have externalized into a written rule, a checklist, a named owner, is one less reason the machine stops when you do. Every decision still trapped in your instincts is a thread holding the whole thing to your presence. So the work was never hire more people. The work is extraction, pulling the operating system out of your head and installing it into documents and roles that run without you. A business that runs without you is not a business you've abandoned. It is the first time you've actually owned one instead of being owned by it. And the wild bark is the math. The same firm, same clients, same revenue is worth roughly double the moment a buyer can see it survives your absence. Because owner-run books trade near the floor, while systematized ones command the premium. You don't add a single client. You only stop being the reason it can't be sold. That extraction starts tomorrow morning, and it starts smaller than you think.
The most valuable thing you can document is a decision, not a task. Right now, here is what you do. When something needs doing, you do it yourself.
because explaining it would take longer than simply handling it. That feels logical. You are faster, you are better, and the clock is always running. But it fails for one brutal reason. Every time you choose to do instead of document, you re-cement yourself as the only person who knows how. And you trade 10 saved minutes today for a business you can never leave. Speed today is the exact thing that builds your cage tomorrow. So replace do it with do it once on camera. Here is the bookkeeper's exact move. 5 years in, 30 clients, doing every call and every monthly close himself. He spent 6 weeks turning his head knowledge into 14 checklists and Loom walkthroughs, not for tasks, but for the judgment calls, how he decides what to flag, how he handles a client who's late on documents. Then he hired one part-time contractor to run them. He took a 3-week trip with 0 escalations. And when he sold, owner-run books like his usually go for around 1.5 times profit. His went for over 3, because the buyer wasn't buying him, they were buying a system. Your first 5 minutes look like this. Open a doc. Title it, Decisions Only I Make. For the next 5 minutes, list every recurring judgment calls clients or staff bring to you, not the tasks, the decisions. That list is your extraction queue. Most operators are shocked it's only 6 or 7 items, the entire business balancing on 7 undocumented judgments. The top item is the first thing you record this week. You do not own a business. You own a job that pays you only while you stay in the chair. The operators who break free didn't hire their way out. They wrote their way out, one decision at a time. The most valuable thing in your company isn't your client list. It's how much of you the company no longer needs. So answer honestly in the comments. If you vanished for 30 days tomorrow, what breaks first? And why does it still live only in your head? The Solo Operator Revenue Audit maps where you're the bottleneck and which decision to extract first. It's linked below, $19, 20 minutes. Build the business that doesn't need you in it.